Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so now all the no item runs that I'd recorded on my phone when the events first came out that were corrupted have been re-recorded. So this is the second to last one that is going to be uploaded, the super class only stage. So as you can see, we are using the Battle of Wits / Majin Buu Saga team. I think I mentioned in the previous one that I uploaded, which was Potara, that for these last three we do use the same, I say the same team, we use the STR Vegito leads, but the teams are quite different in all three videos. Obviously Potara is Potara specific. This one is for the super class only, so we have to use one unit of each typing, but we can use all the units from all the wide mix of Buu Saga and Battle of Wits. So obviously you can see we do have the AGL Pycon on the team as the AGL unit. I put him in the first slot here just because it made the most sense for this turn, but he's basically here to act as a support by getting those typing orbs and then obviously a rainbow orb for himself so he can dodge and seal on super attack. So he does actually come in pretty useful. We have the Int Gotenks. He's obviously a very good unit for Super Battle Road. He greatly raises his defense on super attack. Once we get to turn 3 and he transforms, then obviously he has a 70% chance to stun, as well as the built-in chance to additional. So he's really good. We have the physical Vegito Blue. I had to bring him for this one because he did so well in the Potara run. And you really see, when we get to the last fight of this one, he definitely pops off a little bit. So definitely stay tuned for that. But I think for this one I managed to grab a Rainbow Friend. So obviously he does a lot of work in slot 1, the STR Goku and Vegeta. And then you see in slot 3 there we have the STR High School Gohan, one of the best super type support units in the game. I mean, you can see in this mode the kind of damage that he takes, even compared to like some other summonable units. He's just so good. And he provides support. He has the chance to stun on his super attack, which is also very useful. And the main reason he's kind of on the team is he works really well as a rotation partner for the Tech Gohan, who you can obviously see here. Because Tech Gohan's only major issue is that his links are not the best with some of the other units on the team. So by having him linked up with that High School Gohan, they share a couple of good links. I believe they have all in the family. It's like a defensive link that a bunch of the Goku family units have. And of course, because the High School Gohan provides ki, as well as some attack and defense with his support passive, it kind of makes up for not having all the best links. The only downside is that the High School Gohan doesn't have Fierce Battle, so obviously Gohan is missing out on a little bit of attack. Because we do want to put him in slot 1 so that he can get hit first and then get that little bit of an attack buff for the turn. So once we do actually get the rotation set up with Gohan, obviously that means he doesn't get access to Fierce Battle, but he still works out really well. He is obviously here primarily to be a defensive unit. And then of course Pycon, if we have one of the Angel Goku and Vegetas on rotation, we can get the partner super with him. The only major difference for the partner super compared to his normal one, apart from the fact that the animation is cool, is that he becomes effective against all types. So obviously that really helps out in this particular stage because we are fighting enemies of all different typings. But the strategy with this team is basically the same as it is on any other stage where you can run this team, which is do as much damage as you can and survive for the first couple of turns. Then you get the fusion with one of the Goku and Vegetas into Vegito. That gives you a nice heal and of course unlocks the ability to see enemy super attacks for 10 turns, which I mean in Super Battle Road, once you get that activated, because you can't transform them until at least turn 4 anyway, chances are you're not going to be going up to turn 14, so it means we have the ability to see super attacks for the rest of the stage. So because we only had an enemy attacking in slot 1, I put physical Vegito Blue there. He still took a couple of thousand damage, but it's a good opportunity for him to then get these super attacks off here. He just completely blows away Sorbet here, Tagoma with the double supers. And then Sorbet, I think, does he die to a counter? We might take him out of a counter here. Yep, see you later. So just backhands him with the energy sword and off we go. So first stage done pretty quickly. In fact, this run, compared to some of the other ones, the time on this run is definitely a lot shorter. This team absolutely steamrolled over this event. And ideally, the strategy, we want to be going into the new fights with this rotation, because this is definitely our better defensive rotation. And of course we do have the chance to stun with High School Gohan. He doesn't have the best stun chance, but he does come in clutch every now and then. Pretty sure we use this exact same rotation of him and the Tech Gohan for the Majin Buu Saga run, which is the last one that I need to record the commentary for and upload. It's just an incredibly strong rotation. Obviously Gohan is super good. As soon as you get one super attack off with him, normal attacks are doing double digits, but this is where we get a super clutch start, because if you target Frost on this super class stage, Gohan's super attack does about half of his HP in damage. So if you can get that additional super attack, we just completely took out Frost straight away. No stun on hit with the High School Gohan, unfortunately. But, I mean, yeah, taking out the AGL enemy straight away is really good, considering we have quite a few STR units on the team. My LR, Goku and Vegeta are only 55%, so there is definitely a noticeable difference when you're in ESBR, like how much damage they take when you don't have an item active, especially from AGL units in particular. So, definitely good to get rid of him as quickly as possible. And then the attacks line up quite nicely here. We can put the Goku and Vegeta in slot 1. All of Hit's attacks are in the middle pretty much, apart from one at the end, so we can have Vegito Blue there in the middle. So the plan here is to try and take out Botamo with the Goku and Vegeta friend. We're getting the full 18 key super with him, so he should do a ton of damage. And then I'm just trying to decide who to attack here, because I realised that Kabe is attacking Pycon in the final slot. And if he doesn't dodge, he will actually take quite a lot of damage. That's the only downside to using this Pycon. Mine is only 55%. If he doesn't get the dodge from getting Rainbow Orbs, then he won't be able to tank well at all. So I deliberately have to not get a super attack with Vegito, which allows those orbs to drop down and give me the support buff and the dodge capacity with the Pycon. And it's not the worst thing in the world to not get a super with Vegito Blue, because he has the potential to fire off so many additionals anyway. So you see here straight away after his normal attack, he gets an additional super, does a pretty solid amount of damage, and then we start firing off these counters. Obviously, this is where having the ability to see super attacks would be really useful, because physical Vegito Blue, not the best when it comes to taking supers, but I mean, he would be okay at least with the super attack from hit, but no supers in the middle slot, so we get to deal quite a lot of extra damage from the counters. And then because we're getting the partner super attack here, Pycon is super effective against all types. So I was kind of hoping we could take out Kabe, and then look at this. We don't quite do enough damage, but here it comes, the additional super attack, and he is able to finish him off. So we don't get the dodge on either of the follow-up attacks, so I guess it's a good thing we did take out Kabe, because if we hadn't taken him out and we hadn't dodged his hit as well, then we probably would have died. Actually, no, we for sure would have died, looking at the amount of HP we have. But because we have this rotation up, I know we're going to be fine here, because Gohan's already super attacked a couple of times, so he's going to be all good in slot 1. And then I decide to switch out. I want to give, I want Gohan to do as much damage as possible, so I switch over the Gotenks, because now Gohan is able to actually get Fierce Battle. And then the idea here is that I want to stun with the Gotenks. Obviously, High School Gohan, whilst he does work super well with Gohan, like I was describing at the beginning, he is a support unit, and he's a support unit that holds his own. So he's not the kind of unit where us having to float him off here is necessarily a bad thing, because obviously when he floats onto the other rotation, he's just going to be providing support to all of them as well. So he is a very good unit to have floating. I think we might fix him back onto main rotation once we get to the end fight, but Gotenks obviously doing his job here, gets the additional supers, stuns, hit, raises his defense nicely, and just takes double-digit damage from Botamo. And then this sets us up nicely here for getting the fusion off. So I go for the fusion with the friend, because obviously the friend is more powerful. And I'm thinking about, because Vegeta is the only one who's unstunned and he's STR, I don't really want to put physical Vegito Blue in slot 1. So as long as there's no super there, I can put the STR Vegito in slot 1. He will still take a bit of damage pre-super attack. And at first I did panic there for a second, because it does show the super attack, but it's from hit. And hit is stunned, which means we are perfectly safe to go ahead and put the STR Vegito in slot 1. I was trying to decide which way round to put these guys, but I don't want them on the same rotation, because I ideally want one of them to be around whenever possible to get the transformation as soon as possible. So I don't want them to both be on the same rotation, and then we get to like turn 4 of the next fight and desperately need that heal, and we don't have either of the Vegetos available. Plus, obviously now that he's fused, he links pretty well with the physical Vegito Blue. So thanks to the counter damage and then the nice big 18 key super here, we are able to take out Vegeta, and then that just leaves Vegito Blue with type advantage over hit. So he takes him out, and just like I was saying going into fight 2, that leaves us in this perfect opportunity here where we're going into fight 3 with the Gohan rotation. So now, ideally, we would have liked to have had that High School Gohan, because Rose is physical. And so in this particular setup, if Rose super attacks Gotenks, we absolutely die, even if we're on full health. So I decided to leave Pikkon in slot 1 and roll the dice on the RNG for his dodges. Obviously we get the Rainbow Orbs and the support type passive, I think. We definitely got the Rainbow Orbs, which is what we needed. And I didn't realise we were literally about to get the Dokkan attack as well, because unfortunately Pikkon not really the ideal candidate for the Dokkan attack, but he does come in clutch and dodge the super attack from Zamasu, and his super attack is targeting the Rose, so he is going to seal him up here, which is quite a nice change in Super Battle Road, actually sealing the enemy who hasn't super attacked yet. Normally you target an enemy for sealing, and so they super attack you before you get the chance. So this works out quite nicely. We don't do that much damage, unfortunately, but I think it was a good idea to put him in slot 1, because there were so many attacks in the middle. I couldn't really justify putting Gohan in slot 1 and then having to put Gotenks in the middle, because all of those attacks from Rose, we're just asking for trouble having all of those attacks onto the Gotenks. So, I mean, we can see here, and obviously now that he's sealed and we don't have to worry about him super attacking us, we can see how much damage he does to the Int Gotenks here. 5,000. Oh, he's been attack lowered as well, actually. So, good old Pikkon in slot 1, proving to be very valuable on this team build. So now we go into this turn. We've got the little bit of support from the High School Gohan, which means I'm pretty comfortable to put Goku and Vegeta in slot 1, because they do have a bit of damage reduction. Ideally, you want them to super attack first, because they do raise defense on super, but they'll be able to be okay here thanks to the little bit of extra defense from Gohan, who unfortunately we can't get a super attack here for. So we just grab a same type orb, just give us a little bit of HP back, and then yeah, double digits from the physical enemy, and then around 10 to 12k from Zamasu is pretty good. And now that he's super attacking, that will basically just drop to double digits. Focusing completely on Rose at the moment here, just because he has the lower health now out of the two. We have quite a lot of STR units on the team, so we just want to get rid of him as quickly as possible. So the friend going off here, getting a bunch of additionals. Nice amount of damage to Rose on that turn. And then here comes Vegito Blue. So super attack 1, then we get a crit normal, super attack 3, nice bit of damage. And then here come the counters. So look at the remaining HP of these guys now as they line themselves up to be destroyed by physical Vegito Blue. Sadly, we didn't get a crit on the Rose to finish him off, but look how much damage these crit counters do to Zamasu. So see you later, Zamasu. And then High School Gohan, unfortunately not getting the super attack for High School Gohan is the only reason why we didn't end everything right there. So unfortunately for Rose, he's not even attacking in slot 1, so he doesn't even get a chance to set a final attack towards us, and then basically just for fun, I missed the cluster of orbs with Goku and Vegeta just to get them for Pikkon, even though neither of them are going to have a chance to attack anyway, because Gohan's going to come in, Chad swing that Z sword around and finish off Rose. So there you go, that is the super class only stage of Extreme Super Battle Road, beaten with no items. Battle of Wits / Majin Buu Saga team is absolutely ridiculous. This is the same team build that I used to clear it when I did it on like the day the event came out. And yeah, I think next time around when new stages drop, I'm not going to bother like messing around with the thing that I did on my phone and obviously messing up the footage. I think I am literally just going to, as long as we find out well enough in advance, book the day off. Maybe stream the stages all day until they're all beaten normally, and then just immediately start recording the no item runs and putting them up. But anyway, there you go. Super class is done. We just got to get Buu Saga up, and then all 60 out of 60 will be up on the channel. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.